Nah, switch up.
The highest cloud, I've been up for so long, don't wanna calm down. I just wanna stay up, man, I'm gonna stay up. I just want.
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy TEKKEN here, part of the Ichiban squad. Long time you see my face, I know. And welcome to Raven's frame traps and setups video. In this video, I will be discussing 4 or 5 frame traps or setups that I use in my gameplay to help give me the competitive advantage, whether that's in offline sets or online sets as well. Hopefully, as Raven players, you guys can take some of these tips and implement these in your gameplay too, and you see success from it too. That's the aim there. Real quick, I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers that have been with me so far and have been enjoying the content. And if you're new, please do like the video and subscribe if you think this content will be beneficial for you. It gives me the indication to make more guides in the future and to make more and more creative videos around Raven and stuff like that. Well, that's it for the introduction. Let's go ahead and head into the video. Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy TEKKEN here, part of the Ichiban squad, and welcome to the Raven setup slash frame traps video. In this video, we'll be talking about certain frame traps and setups that you can use as Raven to help give you that competitive edge against any person that you're fighting. You know, really put them in a sticky situation, and hopefully you can take around using these setups as well. These are the type of setups that I use in my gameplay. It's helped me to steal rounds off some of the highest ranks in this game, or been able to close out rounds, especially with the fact that Raven is a very scarce character online. The knowledge check is real, so if these guys don't know what's going on and you put them in a frame trap, these are really, they tend to work and they tend to give you a lot of momentum going on in the match. So make sure you implement these type of moves whenever you're playing Raven. If you want a more in-depth look into like frame traps and setups as well, I know the homie Immortal Soul has already created a video, and I think Jane has created a video, so I'll link that in the channel as well, so make sure you go check that out too. But with this one, I'm just gonna give you 4 or 5 some of the ones that I use as well, and hopefully they'll be able to provide some value and some wealth for you when you're having your matches too. So enough chit chat, enough dilly dallying, let's get into it. Alright, the first move I'd like to talk about here is Raven's while running move. It's while running 3 and then 4 on top, but the move is only accessible in heat. So you can see the connotations at the top is while running 3-4, and that's what the move looks like. You see a clone comes out, it's safe, and now he's +7 as well. So it gives him a lot of frame advantage when you hit this move. +7, you got a lot of stuff to work with here. So what I like to do is I like to use this move in conjunction with another move to make sure that if they press, they get punished for it heavily, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I've set Harang here to punish me after I do a move with the fastest punish possible, which was on 1-2, 10 frames. But when I use Raven's while running 3-4, he cannot interrupt at all. There you can see there's a counter hit icon that came up there, 43 damage, and I like to do the back turn 2-2-1 afterwards, and that gives me a lot of damage after I hit that while running 3-4. Do you know what I mean? So if they try and press here, a lot of damage there, and it's all guaranteed. Even better at the wall because it wall splats, and it gives a combo once you get that wall splat as well. So it's really good tool to use in the neutral or at the wall, especially at the wall. Really good for pressure, and if people are trying to press specifically after that round running 3-4, they're gonna get cooked, man. Just use that 2-2-1 afterwards, wall splat or wherever it is, end of the round. Really good damage, really good frame trap, and I advise every Raven player to implement this in their game plan whenever you can, really. So yeah. Alright, the next move I'd like to talk about here is a move from Raven's back turn stance. It's back turn, back 3. You can see the connotations at the top. It's back turn, back 3, or back X if you're on PlayStation. And this is exactly what the move looks like on block. There you go, it's +4, really good. It's a tracking high, so if they're stepping, they will get caught by it, and you can go for a follow-up as well. But if they're blocking and just standing there, you're +4 as well. Now the reason why I want to talk about this move is because of the move that you can do afterwards, specifically forward 3. So when you hit this move on block, you're +4, and if you do forward 3 afterwards, it will go for a counter hit into a launcher as well. Now I'll show you exactly right here. I've set Harang once again to punish me with the quickest move that he's got, which is 1-2. So what I'll do here is I'll use the back 3 and I'll use forward 3, which is the knee, and it will give me a counter hit, which gives me +14, which allows me to go for a heat engager or other moves as well. And this is exactly what it looks like. There you go. Really powerful tool if you want to stop the opponent from pressing. you can do that as well. But the main thing is that once they block that back throw and you go for the knee, anything 14 frames is guaranteed, and that includes the heat engager, because Raven's heat engager, which is 1+2, is 14 frames. So I'll show you again. You hit the back 3, go for the forward 3, guaranteed, and that becomes even more powerful at the wall or at launchers. That becomes even more powerful at the wall, or it becomes a launcher in the right circumstances like this. There you go, you can go ahead and launch the character just for pressing the wrong button at the wrong time as well. I do want to note that you can also do this setup as well with back turn forward 4, which is just this low poke here. If you do that and then do the knee afterwards, it gives you the same setup too, because as you can see, forward 4 on hit is +4, so they don't, if they block it, it's a different story, but if you hit forward 4 whilst in back turn, you're +4 and you go for the knee, that's guaranteed as well. So really good tool in terms of a frame trap. There's two different variations there, but I advise you use this one as well. This is my bread and butter. I've used this online all the time, and it helps me out in getting my heat engages on or at the wall, adding so much pressure there. So make sure you implement this in your gameplay too. Alright, the next move I'd like to talk about here is Raven's 2-4. This is what the move looks like, and you can see the connotations for the move at the top. It's 2-4 or triangle circle. Now this move is a 10 frame punisher, you know, high, and it's -8 on block, so you know you basically lose your turn if it's on block, and it is a high, so please be careful because it can be ducked. But the main reason I want to talk about this move is because of its pushback on block. As you can see, when you use 2-4, pushes them back quite a bit, and that's the space that I want to utilize here with this tech. So it's more of a spacing tech than it is a frame trap, but I do like to use it. It does catch people out every now and again, and I'll show you how it works here specifically. So the 2-4 pushes them back a bit, and you've got that little space of, you know, window to use. But this is really good against those opponents that like to really press their offense, especially after using like a move that's safe or any sort of move really. You do 2-4 and they try and retaliate immediately. This is really good for catching them out with their retaliations to make sure that they don't make that mistake again. So once you use the 2-4 and they're trying to press a button, I'll simulate that right now. I'll get Harong to try and do a couple punishes. What I've got him to do is I've set him up so like once I hit a 2-4, he'll try and go for different punishes there. You see he went for the forward 2 there, he might go for something different. There you go, he went for 3-4 there. He went for a 1-2 there as well. So he's got different retaliations, but this is supposed to simulate, you know, that really offensive player that presses as soon as you use a move, even if it's safe. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is the 2-4 on block, and then he tries to retaliate, and I'm going to backdash really quickly, and that puts me out of range for most of the moves that he'd like to try and do, you know, if he's trying to retaliate really quickly. And that also gives me a chance to quickly whiff punish him, mainly with a down forward 2. So I'll show you what it looks like in succession. Here we go. There you go, perfect. You see that? So we added the 2-4, he's tried to retaliate, we've backdashed, and we've, you know, made that space for us, which allows us to go for the down forward 2. And it can, you know, happen in between strings, it can happen with just one move. And you know what I'm saying, you can get a free launcher there, because if they're not wary of that pushback, that gives you the spacing to go for your down forward 2 whilst they're doing a string, and you can get them launched. And it's a really good tactic. I like to call it, you know, it's a cheeky little scrub tactic that I like to throw out every now and again, see if they like to bite. But you need to make sure you backdash properly, and then that's how you catch them. There you go, one more time. You need to be strict on the timing because you can get hit, but generally speaking, if you're correct with your punishments, you can see the punish light will come up there, and it's a really good tool in that instance as well. I use it every now and again, and you know, it's given me quite a bit of value. So maybe one to consider as well for your arsenal as well. Make sure you implement that too. Okay, the next move I'd like to talk about here is a move from Raven's Soul Zone stance, and it's Soul Zone 1. That's what the move looks like. You can see the connotations for the move at the top. It's Soul Zone Square or Soul Zone 1. 14 frame high from Soul Zone. It's -3 on block, and nothing really to write off about it. It's just a move that's generally used in, you know, combos to kind of help your opponent get to the wall, but it does have its applications in combat as well, and I'm going to show you here how I use it. Now I tend to use Soul Zone 1 in conjunction with down forward 3. Down forward 3 is Raven's Shadow Snap Kick, I think that's what it's called. Really good counter hit high launcher, safe as well, -9. so it's safe, and it will counter hit launch a lot of options and crush a lot of highs and some mids in the right scenario. Now this is a pseudo kind of frame trap that I like to use, because when you use Soul Zone 1 you are at -3, you don't have plus frames technically speaking, but if you do use Soul Zone 1 and then you do down forward 3 afterwards, you will counter hit quite a few different options if people are pressing afterwards. Now if you just do it like that and you know they press a button after the Soul Zone 1, depending on what it is, most likely it will get counter hit and it will get launched, and I'll show you right here what that looks like. So I've got Prarang to kind of, you know, do some moves after Soul Zone 1. He did the 4-3, he'll do something else, yeah, he's got that as well. So I'll use the Soul Zone 1 and then I'll do the down forward 3 afterwards, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like in terms of a counter hit launcher. And this is kind of a pseudo frame trap as well, remember. So here we go. There you go, he tried to do a 1-2, fastest move in the game, and that counter icon lit right up. You know, it's really good for crushing highs. It will crush some mids as well, but it will catch that opponent out that thinks, oh, it is his turn, after blocking the Soul Zone 1. So if you do it and then you do down forward 3 afterwards, straight counter hit launcher. Really good tool. Down forward 3 has always been a good tool, but it's really great in conjunction with using with Soul Zone 1, because you can go through most things, blow past it and get a counter hit launcher for big damage. It even works well against hop kicks as well. So if I quickly set this to hop kicks, so it can do a hop kick specifically, I'll show you as well. So say for instance I do hold on, say for instance I do a Soul Zone 1 here, we'll do a hop kick right back. Now if I do the down forward 3 after it does the hop kick, it will blow through that and it won't counter hit launch him, but it will float him, and then hopefully you can get a combo here. So I'll show you here. There you go. So you can go for a follow-up there afterwards, and if you're lucky you can get a combo, and then you know you can improvise and do whatever you need to do. But it's really good for catching those situations whenever someone's pressing after Soul Zone 1. I tend to use it when I do my crouch dash of 1, you know, the elbow, and then I go into Soul Zone after that, and then Soul Zone 1, and then I do a down forward 3 immediately. And then with most moves, as you will see here, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a mid, if it's a high, unless it's a low will catch you, but generally speaking, if it's a high and a mid, you're pretty much good to go, and you're gonna blow through, you're gonna blow right past any single offensive option that they try and implement. And there you go, you can have a really good combo from there as well. So really good tool that I like to use, really good frame trap. Apply it in any way you want. I think it's really beneficial. Again, like I said, I go for the crouch dash into Soul Zone and then go for that launcher right there afterwards, and it works out pretty well. So you make sure you implement this into your gameplay too. Alright, the final move I'd like to talk about here is Raven's back 2-2 string, and this is exactly what it looks like. You can see the connotations at the top. It's back 2-2 or back triangle. Now this is a string that has different enders. You can do the back 2-2-3, which is that, the mid, or the back 2-2-1+2, which is a low as well. But the main reason I want to talk about this move is because of the first 2 hits. The first back 2-2 in this string is really important. This is a very good frame trap that Raven players should be using, especially when you're at the wall as well. Now back 2-2 as a string is very delayable, and it's a mid that it starts off as a high and then goes into a mid. Now if you catch them out on a counter hit with the mid, you have a guaranteed follow-up from back turn, which is back turn 1-4, and that becomes really powerful at the wall. But what I'll do is I'll show it to you right here, just out in the open, and you want to use that for like a frame trap for people that try and mash through the string as well. So if I do this and delay it a little bit, there you can see the counter hit icon lit up, and then you can see visually there's a counter hit effect there, and I'm +8 when that happens, which means my back turn 1-4 is guaranteed. So if I do back 2-2 like that and he tries to press in between the string, I visually confirm that I've got the counter hit. I go for a back turn 1-4 and it's all guaranteed, and this is exactly what it looks like. There you go, 50 damage, 3 hit combo. Really good tool in the neutral, good frame trap if they're trying to press buttons, and it becomes deadly at the wall as well. So let me show you exactly what a situation could look like at the wall. You know, you're doing your neutral there, you know, you're doing stuff like that, and you want to catch him out with a frame trap. You do back 2-2, confirm that you've got the counter hit launcher, and then there you go. That's you know, you can do whatever you want, but you've launched them just there by them pressing buttons, and that's all guaranteed. So you can get a free combo as well. Really powerful move at the wall. Raven players should be implementing this all the time, but you can use it in neutral, do not forget, but it does kind of function as a nice little frame trap as well. Remember to just delay that a little bit and catch them out on the back 2-2, and if you can visually confirm, go for that 1-4 immediately. And yeah, that's another frame trap that I'd say is really good. You should implement in your day-to-day gameplay as well. And there you have it. Those are 5 frame traps and setups that I use in my day-to-day gameplay when playing Raven. Thank you guys for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel as well. If this content was beneficial to you in any sort of way, let me know to create more guides in the future. But up until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.
The highest cloud. I've been up for so long, don't wanna calm down. I just wanna stay up, man, I'm gonna stay up. I just wanna